Hello everyone, in this video we'll be learning more about oxides. So what are oxides? So oxides are basically compounds with oxygen. So for example, carbon dioxide is an oxide, carbon monoxide is an oxide, sodium oxide is also an oxide, lead 2 oxide is also an oxide. So any element that reacts with oxygen will form a compound, and that is known as an oxide. Right? So oxides can be loosely classified into two bigger categories. There are metal oxides and non-metal oxides. So taking the one that I wrote on top, we have carbon dioxide is a non-metal oxide. Carbon monoxide, because it's carbon, right? So it's also a non-metal oxide. Right? Sodium oxide, sodium is a metal, so this is known as a metal oxide. And lead is also a metal, so that's also a metal oxide. Right? Now, oxides have very interesting properties. There's actually 4 categories of oxides, and you need to remember these 4 categories. Now, we have what we know as acidic oxides. So acidic oxides behave like an acid. So acidic oxides will dissolve in water to form acid, and it will react with alkali. So on the other side, besides acidic oxides, we have basic oxides. So basic oxides react like a base. So when they dissolve in water, they will form alkali solutions because it's a basic oxide. And like a base, it will react with acid. So I repeat myself, acidic oxides will react with alkalis, and basic oxides will react with acids. Now, we have another very special oxide known as an amphoteric oxide. So while acidic oxide react with base and basic oxide reacts with acid, amphoteric oxides react with both acids and alkalis. So sometimes instead of the word react, they will say it will dissolve in both acid and alkali. So acid react with base, base react with acid, and then amphoteric oxides react with both acid and alkali. So amphoteric oxides react with both. There is also another oxide, the 4th category of oxides, that doesn't react with both acid and alkali, and that's known as a neutral oxide. So a neutral oxide, right, won't react with acid, won't react with alkali. So it's neither acidic nor alkaline, and if it dissolves in water, it will be a neutral solution. So how do I remember which belongs to which category? So metal oxides are either basic or amphoteric, while non-metal oxides are either neutral or acidic oxides. Usually when we try to memorize things, we remember by trends and then exceptions. So the trend that you can remember is that metal oxides are usually basic oxides with some exceptions that are amphoteric oxides. And non-metal oxides are acidic oxides, but with some exception, which are neutral oxides. So let's learn about the exceptions. So how do we remember the exceptions? For amphoteric oxides, we have 3. We will have lead 2 oxide, we have aluminium oxide, and we have zinc oxide. So you need to remember these 3 amphoteric oxides: lead 2 oxide, aluminum oxide, and zinc oxide. And how do we remember that? So we remember as LAZ. They are the lazy oxides. LAZ, right? So all other metal oxides, like for example, my sodium oxide is a metal oxide, so it's basic. My copper 2 oxide is also basic oxide, and my iron 3 oxide is also a basic oxide. So all metal oxides are basic except LAZ. So that's how we remember things. Remember the main trend and then remember the exception. So now similarly from the non-metal oxides. So all non-metal oxides are acidic oxides except the neutral oxides. So at O levels, it's also very similar. There are only 3 neutral oxides that we need to remember. So NO, which is nitrogen monoxide, CO, which is carbon monoxide, and number 3, H2O, which is water. So how do we remember that? You can read it, what I help you over here. No cold water. So you use the method no cold water to remember the neutral oxides, and all other non-metal oxides are acidic. For example, nitrogen dioxide, carbon dioxide, and sulfur dioxide. These are acidic oxides. You might have realized, hey, Mr. Benjamin, NO, nitrogen monoxide, is neutral, but NO2 is acidic. Yes, that's the case. Similarly, CO, carbon monoxide, is neutral, but CO2 is acidic. So these are the things that you need to remember, right? So what's so interesting about acidic oxides? So these 3 are acidic oxides, and these 3 actually will be the main culprit for acid rain. Because they are acidic oxides, they will dissolve in our rain to form acids. So these 3 gases are our main culprits for acid rain. So in this lesson, you need to know that all metal oxides are basic oxides, except these 3 exceptions, which are your lazy oxides, which are your amphoteric oxides over here. And all non-metal oxides are acidic oxides, except these 3, which are neutral oxides. And how do I remember this? I'll use no cold water. Right? So I hope that has been helpful for you. Please practice so that you can remember what are the different oxides.